Hello everyone, it's your boy Maxwell here. I am live at the Vatican City to give you some quick update after the death of Pope Francis. Now, do you know that Pope Francis was a strong advocate and pioneer of the Sustainable Development Goals? Yes, he was. Pope Francis was known for his strong advocacy for Sustainable Development Goals due to his 2015 encyclical titled Laudato Si, which calls for global Catholic climate movement and emphasizes the interconnectedness of environmental, economic, and social issues. He has urged global actions to protect the environment and address climate change, particularly emphasizing the impact on vulnerable populations. His message highlighted the need for a more just and sustainable world, urging a shift away from unsustainable practices and towards a more holistic approach to development. So Pope Francis was a very big pioneer and advocate of the Sustainable Development Goals. His article, Laudato Si, actually came out in June 2015, prior to the enactment of the SDGs in Paris in September same year. And so now that the Pope has passed on, his body is kept in a casket inside the St. Peter's Square for the entire world to come and show last respect before the burial.
Risorgere con lui. Aspergiamo il corpo del nostro Papa Francesco.
And now, what happens during the mourning period? We are currently in the period called the Papal interregnum, which means the period between the death of one pope and the election of another. The cardinals must now decide exactly when the funeral can take place, and after that, when the conclave can begin. The Pope's death includes 9 days of mourning, known as the Novendialis, and the Pope must be buried between the 4th and the 6th day after death, which means recording this video today is the 4th day after the death of Pope Francis, and he is going to be buried in 2 days' time, falling within the 4th to 6th day period. But then, in the interim, Cardinal Calvin Farrell from the United States has become acting head of the Vatican until a new pope is elected. So people may want to ask, when does the election of a new pope begin? Yes, when a pope dies, the dean of the Sacred College of Cardinals calls for a meeting of all cardinals eligible to vote. So cardinals under the age of 80 are eligible to vote. Currently, we have 135 cardinals eligible to vote for the new pope to be elected. The conclave of cardinals is not expected to begin earlier than 15 days, nor later than 20 days after the death of the pope, though it could get underway sooner if all the cardinal electors arrive in Rome quickly. Inside the Sistine Chapel, the codified home of conclave, paper ballots are passed out to each cardinal, who writes the name of their chosen candidate below this word, Eligo in Summum Pontificem, which means the Latin for I elect as Supreme Pontiff. Now here's something very, very interesting. Do you know that technically any Roman Catholic male can be elected as a pope? Although the last pope not chosen from the College of Cardinals was Pope Urban VI in 1379, such a long time. So raise the placards, first black pope, I'm going, which means I am eligible to be considered for the next pope. Raise the placard, fam. I want to be the next pope. I want to be there. And of course, I want to be the successor of Papa Francesco. So raise the placards. Back to the order of votes. When they are done, each cardinal in order of seniority walks to the altar to ceremoniously place his folded ballot into a chalice. The votes are then counted and the result is read to the cardinals. If a cardinal have received 2/3 of the votes, he becomes the pope. As many as 4 votes a day, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, can be held on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th days of the conclave. If a pope is yet elected after the 4th day, the 5th day is set aside for prayer and discussion, and then voting can continue for an additional 7 rounds. And if after that a pope is yet elected, there is another break and the pattern resumes. This is how the elected pope is announced. Ballots are burned after every vote, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. If a pope hasn't been elected, the ballot will be burned with the chemicals that makes the smoke black. So if a black smoke exits from the chimney, it means a pope is yet to be elected. If a white smoke billows from the chimney, it means sede vacante in Latin, which means a new pontiff has been elected. Traditionally, after about 30 to 60 minutes after the white smoke, the new pope will appear on the balcony overlooking this St. Peter's Square. His papal name will be announced, and the new pope will then speak briefly and say the prayer. His formal coronation will take place days after his election. The last two popes have been inaugurated in St. Peter's Square. So one of the questions hovering around most, coming out from most places today is, can we see a black pope this time around? While there are many potential candidates for the vacant seat currently, a cardinal from Congo is currently being considered as a potential candidate, to take the vacant seat in the Vatican City, being contested largely. But then there is a possibility that a black pope could emerge, and I hope that this time. But then in all of this, we're going to get to know all of this in a few weeks' time. In a few weeks' time, we'll see as everything unfolds. That is all the quick updates from here, live from the Vatican City. And as you can see, large crowds has been trooping in and out of the Vatican City, going in there to pay their last respect to the outgone pope. And of course, I'll see you a lot soon with more updates from here. Bye.